So, some moments of reflection and planning. I'm thinking, well, looking back at my life, not just 2017, but, you know, what has led me to where I am today. It's an interesting thing. I've tried to succeed in many areas and not really succeeded as far as life. 37, generally speaking, pretty penniless, living in my parents' basement. It's none too good. But, you know, the recent year, really pushing my family to clean up the house. I feel like this is, it's not, changing the world political situation, but it definitely has a very rewarding sense to me. Just that I'm creating an environment where I can where I can be uh, more world historic easily, which, granted, I feel like you shouldn't have to. You should just be able to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, but I also feel like it shouldn't, you know, it there's a certain element of basic management that comes into play where, you just have to, clean your room, or if you're a kid, you have to clean your environment if you're an adult, and that's basically what how this is, how I'm focused on this aspect of getting my family to clean up the house, and you know, because I'm at the point where I don't have the money to move out. I don't really have uh, a career as far as anything. I've failed at all. Computer, politics, LaRouche Pack. I failed at everything as far as like being able to sustain myself. And part of that is the economy, but it's also, of course, partly my fault. So it's deciding where to go from here is an open question, and definitely I can't act like things aren't changing the world around me, and I can't act like I can keep going in the space that I'm in. As parents and habits from childhood have become re-ingrained as I've in these past few years since I left the LaRouche Pack, because I had pain, and I turned to what I knew and what I enjoyed from the earliest point of my memory, and that I mean, it's in a certain sense you want to, if you can't directly change your environment, then you want to get out of it. You want to leave it, and go to some place where you can change it and can create something good. And that's what LaRouche Pack was for me in my early 20s. But the damage was too deep. The scars, literal and psychological, were too deep, and as a result, I just couldn't maintain it either with LaRouche Pack or anything else that I've tried since. And so there's a need to, sort of change the base, reshape the starting position, because I'm not getting out of this house as much as I might like to, for the perceivable future. Right? I would like to, have the income, have a career to, in whatever form, to move out and be self-sufficient. But I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm already of the age that even if I started, saving money and, to do the traditional route of, of saving and buying a house, and it'd take a while. And I'm already of the age that is just kind of like I can't really go that traditional route. I might, take part of it because I need to sustain myself in certain forms, but I can't really go, you know, that traditional route. So in planning, what I wanted to do is set up a Twitch and YouTube channel, and have a sort of daily vent for uh, a daily political and intervention with people who could, I might call people. I might do other things. You know, this is right now just nobody watches my videos. So it's basically just a diary. But it's having an avenue to make it into something where I can, I have a daily political intervention through, through making videos or doing live streams, uh, is something that I would like, and I don't know if it's going to ever come about. I feel like in order to make it happen, I'd need to devote quite a bit of time to the process, and I feel like I need an assistant, and I don't have that. I'd like Dutran to be the assistant, but she doesn't have the time and can't so I don't know how many hours a day it'd be necessary to work to make the YouTube, Twitch thing a phenomena. I imagine at least 5 hours a day of making videos and streaming, doing live streams, but is of various different things. But it's hard to, and without somebody there to support you to make it, to help that process begin and get moving, it's difficult to get momentum. I was talking to somebody about that, and when I was Uber driving, it's just, you want to do these things, but looking forward into 2018, how I'm going to do that is another question. I'd like to continue to make videos but we'll see. I'm hopeful that I will. Hopefully I'll continue to live stream. I might, make a regular video of Hans Christian Andersen readings. I've recently bought a Hans Christian Andersen book, so they're short stories, and it'd be good to read those. So that, calling people regularly so I can get myself back out into the world despite the aches and pains that are constant and that will never go away. So those are my thoughts. Getting a regular live stream, getting a regular YouTube upload, calling people regularly, and of course continuing to to work, hopefully with something better than Uber. But right now it's just Uber, making money and using that to fund the development of the garden, pushing the parents to clean up the house in general, both with the garden and with the garage, at least, and the hallway here. The rest of the house I'm gonna leave to them and their own devices. I really wish they would clean that stuff, but I don't feel as pressing a need to demand it of them as I do this. I mean, maybe that's the sort of thing that if they don't clean that ever, then I'll get to it, or their brothers will get to it, or whoever will get to it when they pass, which is not a good thing to think about, because you're leaving, it's potentially leaving some stuff for your kids that's not the best. It's work for them to do. I mean, it's always work for them to do. Anyway, so yeah, that's sort of the plans for the new year, 2018. Uber, or another job if I can figure something out, and then repairing the garden, repairing the house, continuing to make videos, do live streams occasionally, and making phone calls, maybe making interventions. We'll see. I'd like to do it, but it's one of these things where if I can't get the environment there to support it, it's difficult to maintain that within just self-contained. I'm not exactly, considering all my health problems, and it's not exactly the easiest thing. But we'll see if I can make it. Hopefully there'll be another video tomorrow with probably just a Hans Christian Andersen video, and I'll maybe go on stream later today and read some the water report written by Pat. That's my thoughts, and I'll be seeing you in the future.